Hey, church family, thank you for tuning in to what I hope and pray will be a very helpful and very important conversation in the life of our church, and it's a conversation about race. Now, I'm going to tell you about kind of the intent of this conversation, but before I do that, I want to introduce you to some friends of mine and some fellow church members here at Johnson Ferry. So why don't we just do a quick kind of around the room, and Keith, start with you. Tell us your name and how long you've been at Johnson Ferry.
Yep. My name is Keith Eccles. I've been a member at Johnson Ferry. It'll be 9 years in October.
I'm Movita Stallworth, and we've been members here about 7 years.
And I'm Renice Washington, and I've been here 4 years.
I'm Kirk Patterson, father of Sarah Beth, Hannah, Rebecca, and Samuel, and the husband of Angela. We've been here 26 years and members 24 years.
Wow. So a lot of tenure and experience here at Johnson Ferry, and we're grateful that you are here. So tonight, or whenever it is that you're watching this, we're talking about race. Now, we understand that this is a very emotional subject, a very heated subject with a varying array of opinions and as it relates to these issues. And so here's what we're hoping to have today is what I would just think is a distinctly Christian conversation about this topic. I understand that there might be two ditches that people fall in. One is to look for worldly solutions to worldly problems, and I think we see a lot of heated rhetoric, certainly with the presidential election, with just the events of this year, and a lot of people wanting to change but really don't have the way to change it. And I think there's another ditch that maybe we don't talk enough about, which is to say our primary job as followers of Jesus, we just want to get people into heaven, and really, I mean, it's a sinful world. What business do we have talking into these issues when we know it's a sinful world? And if those maybe are two poles on the ends of the spectrum, we're probably all somewhere in the middle of that. And I bet those of you tuning in are somewhere in the middle of that. So I don't know your experience or what this issue has meant to you, but I do know this issue is very important to the people on this stage, and they have a lot of wisdom to share with us as a church family as it relates to this. So before I even jump into the first question, I just want to say thank you for being here. This really is an act of courage on your part, because these are the kind of conversations that we tend to have privately, but you have the courage to have this publicly. And I know that in many instances you are reliving some difficult experiences. Mm-hmm. And so we just are thankful to you and so appreciative that you would help give some wisdom into this topic. So today we're going to talk about three big sections. I want to first of all hear your opinion on just some of the societal issues, and particularly as a believer, how do you think about those issues in society? I would also then secondly like to talk to you just about some of your own personal challenges and experiences that you have had as it relates to race. And thirdly, I'd like to end the conversation talking about Johnson Ferry specifically, this church specifically. What are some of the experiences you've had here? And I'd love to hear some of your hopes and dreams for the future of Johnson Ferry as it relates to this issue.